Okay. Shall we start, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So we'll start with Mangalacharan, then we shall go through the sloka number 8. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakhaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utpadkamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadavaitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshitarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we shall be reading sloka number 8 today, and we shall be discussing. So sloka number 7 and 6 and 7 were related. So can anyone tell quickly what we have read in 6 and 7 sloka? Yes, Sandhya Mataji.
In 6 and 7 slokas, we have read about three types of devotees, Kanashtadikari, Uttamadikari, and Madhyamadikari. In three of them, mostly it is described about the Uttamadikari. First, I want to tell what we have discussed in last class. Kanashtadikari, he is a devotee of the Lord, but he accepts the Bhagavan feature. It's in only temple, wherever we worship the God, there only he thinks God is there and he behaves like that. And he don't respect or associate with devotional service or devotees. And he is like a materialistic devotee. Then as a Madhyamadikari, he differentiate all categories of beings, Supreme Lord, the devotee of the Lord, innocent who has no knowledge of the Lord, and also atheist. He differentiates every person and he acts accordingly. And also he can become a preacher too. And Uttamadikari is he sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord, and he did not he do not differentiate between the atheist or non-atheist. He seems everyone is like a part and parcel of the God, and he is like a highest level in all of three types of devotees. And and he thinks everyone is same, like Brahmana and Chandala. He's a dog eater, and he thinks everyone is a part and parcel of the God. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. That's all from God.
Hare Krishna. Anyone what we have understood in sloka number 6 and 7? Preet Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Mataji. Sorry, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. What we have understood from sloka number 6 and 7? Yeah, any other person wants to describe what we have read or understood in sloka number 6 and 7?
Can I try, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji's already said 6. The mantra 6 was about seeing God everywhere and in everything. And there was a description of the three types of adhikaris, the Kanishta, the Madhyama, and the Uttama adhikari. And how, many people could be imitators of Uttama adhikari, and like the politicians or the philanthropists or people who speculate, and without understanding what exactly is whether there is a soul or a super soul or anything at all. and to be careful about avoiding such people. And who should we be following? We should follow the authority. That is the Vedic scriptures. The Vedic wisdom comes directly from the Lord, which is it is passed on from Vyasadeva to Narad Muni to his disciples. So, uh, so it is the Vedic injunctions are infallible. So we have to follow such things and not be influenced by other people. And the commentaries, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, are the most important scriptures, and which can really clear all our doubts and questions about contradictions, etc. In Mantra 7, we learn about the qualitative oneness uh, of the Lord, and we are part and parcel of the Lord, and we are small sparks, which means qualitatively we are like the Lord, but quantity wise, there is a huge difference between the Lord and us. And uh, we are all influenced by the three modes of material nature, except perhaps the Uttamadhikari, who is the closest to the Lord and not influenced by Maya or material energies. And about perfect oneness, you taught us, Prabhu. I'm trying to think about it. We have to consider Krishna as the center of everything. We must make Krishna the center of everything, and consciously. Only then can we understand or experience Krishna as he is. And surrender is very, very important. Surrender to Krishna's lotus feet is very, very important, because that is the only way we can probably try to overcome the pull of material nature or Maya. So bringing God or Krishna into all our activities and making him the center of our activities is the most important thing. Only then can we understand what our spiritual position, if we have any, is. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Mataji. So we have read about the inconceivable nature of the Lord, inconceivable, that we cannot understand about him. Okay, so that we have understood in 6 and 7. So let's see what is there in 8th, sloka number 8. Yes, anyone who wants to read sloka 8?
Alka Mataji, would you like to read? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shall I try?
Hare Krishna,
Yeah.
Mataji. Sa paryagat chukram akayam avaram asnaviram suddham apapa viddham kavir manasi paribha swayambhur yat yate ratna vyadhak jas vatubhuye samabhaya. Sah is that person. Paryagat is must know in fact. Sukram, the omnipotent. Akyam, unembodied. Avaranam, without reproach. Asnaviram, without veins. Suddham, antiseptic. Apapavidham, prophylactic. Kavi, omniscient. Manasi, philosopher. Paribhu, the greatest of all. Swayambhu, self-sufficient. Yathatat, yatah, just in pursuance of. Arthan, desirables. Vyadhat, awards. Saswat Bhay, immemorial. Samabhay, time. Translation? Yes, sir.
Yes, Mataji.
Such a person must factually know the greatest of all, the personality of Godhead, who is unembodied, omniscient, beyond reproach, without veins, pure and uncontaminated, the self-sufficient philosopher who has been fulfilling everyone's desire since time immemorial. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So this sloka, sloka number 8, will describe the it describes the eternal form and the transcendental form of Krishna. Okay, so it says, if you see, there are many important words. So many descriptive words are there, like Shukram. Okay, Shukram means omnipotent. Akayam. Okay, Kaya. So what is the meaning of Kaya? Can anyone tell? What is the meaning of Kaya?
Body.
Body.
Body? Yeah. Akayam means
No
what is the
body.
meaning?
Without body.
Without body?
Embodied.
So what is the meaning of Akayam? So there is one confusion. If any impersonalist is there, and if he describes, he will describe as Akayam means formless. Yes. Kaya means form or body. Okay. But if any impersonalist is there, he will tell that Akaya means without body. Okay. Or disbodied. Yes. Yes. Is it correct? Or something different meaning is there? So we'll read through, then we'll understand. So Shukram means omnipotent. And Akayam, if you see Prabhupada, what Prabhupada is writing. Okay. So you see here, Akayam is unembodied. Okay. Okay. It can have two meanings. One, disembodied, who doesn't have a body. Okay. And disembodied and unembodied is different. Okay. Who doesn't need a body, who doesn't have a body like us. That can be a akayam. Okay. So kaya can have different meaning. Like kaya is something different from the soul. Okay. Like our body is there, the body is different from the soul. Yes. So for us, body is different from the soul. For us, the body is different, soul is different. But for Krishna, body and soul is the same. Okay. His body is a transcendental body. His body is not like our material body. So if you say the Krishna is having kaya, that is also incorrect. Okay. Because kaya, what we understand through our material nature, is something which is different from the body or from the soul. But for Krishna, body is same. His body and soul is same. Okay. That's why this word meaning akayam. Okay. So kaya can have different meaning. Okay. The something which is different from the soul is also called a kaya. Okay. Something which we leave at the time of death, that is our kaya. Okay. Kaya means something like temporary. Okay. Something temporary. So this body is with us for temporary time, and after that we'll leave this body. Okay. So that is also kaya. But for Krishna, if you see, Krishna doesn't need to leave the body. Krishna's body is only transcendental. When he comes to this material world, he will come in his transcendental body only. When he goes to the spiritual sky, or when he is anywhere he is, his body and his soul is same. Okay. For us, it is different. That's why the word akayam is used. Okay. So akayam, impersonalists may think differently, but if you see the different the next words, it will be like understood that akayam means something different, which we try to understand from the material nature, material mind, that something different from the soul is called a kaya. But for Krishna, the soul and body is same only. That's why the word akayam is appropriate for Krishna, unembodied. Okay. So that is the meaning of the word kaya. Okay. So that was the word akayam. So Shukram is omnipotent. Omnipotent. He is everywhere present. Okay. He is present everywhere. He can do anything. Omnipotent. He is everywhere. Okay. Like previous slokas, we have seen the omnipotency of Krishna. He is everywhere. He is very far as well as he is very near. He can walk, he can run as well as he cannot walk. Okay. Like inconceivable nature we have seen in the previous sloka. Similarly, the word omnipotent is used here again. Shukram, omnipotent. Omnipotent means Krishna is everywhere. Okay. Krishna is everywhere. If you see the temples, okay, temples have the deity. So deity, Krishna is there in the form of deity also. It is not that Krishna is only present in the deity. Krishna is everywhere. But Krishna takes the form of deity for us so that he can accept services. Okay. So he can accept the services the devotees, they call Krishna in the form of deity, and Krishna accepts that invitation. Krishna comes in the form of deity for the acceptance of our services. Okay, so Krishna is there in form of us, in the form of the deity in the temple. Okay, so some people may say that deity worship is not good, but actually deity is nothing but Krishna only. Krishna takes the form of deity. Okay, so that is the thing. Omnipotent. Some people may say that that like we offer the bhoga to Krishna. Okay, some people may say that Krishna is how Krishna is eating. Okay, Krishna is not eating like that. He can say, but Krishna can eat through eyes also. Okay, that is the omnipotent nature of Krishna. He can eat through eyes also. He can walk through eyes. He can hold the things from the eyes. Okay, so his any organ can do anything. Okay, so like that. It is not like us that through hand we cannot eat. Okay, through eyes we cannot eat, but Krishna can eat. So that is the omnipotent nature of Krishna. So that the word shukram is there, akayam. I hope you have understood the word akayam. Okay, so the impersonalists may think differently. Akayam means no form, but if you see the next word, okay, like avranam means spotless, without reproach. It is written spotless. He's spotless. Okay, and you see the next word, asnaviran. Asnaviran means without veins. Without veins. So this word is also of significant. Okay, this word is also significant. If you see the word akayam, impersonalists may think that there is no form. No form means akaya. But if there is no form, then why there is this word which is mentioning that without veins? Okay, if there is no kaya, if there is no body, there won't be any veins. Yes. So, but why especially it is mentioned that without vein? That means it has certain significance. And what is the significance? This signifies that okay, he has a kaya, but the kaya is not like us, which is made of the veins, blood, bones, and everything. Okay, which is not made of material things. That's why the word is used ansaviran. Ansaviran means without veins. So Krishna doesn't need veins, Krishna doesn't need blood, Krishna doesn't need the bones, Krishna the material things, Krishna like material things, Krishna's body is not material. Okay. So these two things are contradictory if we are thinking that akaya means without forms. Okay. So why it is specifically mentioned? If word akayam is mentioned, akaya means without, if impersonalists think that without form, then why Asnaviran is used? If Asnaviran is there, that means it is specifically mentioned that Krishna has a body, but his body is something different. Okay. So Akaya means Krishna's body and soul is, for us, body and soul is different, but for Krishna, body and soul is same. That's why Ansaviran is specifically mentioning that Krishna's body doesn't have a vein. Krishna's body doesn't have blood. Krishna's body doesn't have the bones and those things. The human anatomy, which is with which our body is made, Krishna doesn't need that things. Okay, that's why this word Ansaviran is also very important. Okay, so many important words are being used here to describe what Krishna, like Shukram, omnipotent nature of Krishna. Akayam, Krishna is having the form which is different from our form. Okay, so which is like his transcendental form. His body is also transcendental. His body is transcendental as his soul. Okay, so body and soul both are transcendental for Krishna. So that is the meaning of word akayam. And avranam means spotless. Okay, Krishna doesn't have any spot. Whatever Krishna does, that is perfect. Krishna is absolute. Okay, so absolute means everything is good or bad in relation with Krishna. Okay, so Krishna is spotless. Okay, like reference. Okay, so anything, like if Krishna does anything that is not good or bad. Okay, what we do can be good or bad, but for Krishna everything is spotless. Okay, Krishna is, for everything is spotless for Krishna. Spotless means everything is absolute. Krishna is taken as absolute. Okay, like if any thief is there, in this material world. Okay, he may be arrested, police may take him into custody. Okay, like that. But for Krishna, when he steals the butter, he is we worship him. Okay, we say to Krishna, we ask him, like you are stealing the butter, you take our heart also. Okay, you take our problems, you take our the material, the desires, you take those things also. Okay, you make us your eternal associate, like that. Okay, so Krishna's, even if Krishna is stealing anything, we take it as absolute, and you worship him. Okay, so that is the word spotless or without reproach is used. Okay, then asnaviram, we have seen that without veins. Then two more words are there, like shuddham, apapa viddham. Okay, shuddham, if you see, Krishna is purifying, and apapa viddham is, if you see Prabhupada, what he is giving the words, shuddham is antiseptic and apapa viddham is prophylactic. Okay, I hope you are familiar with these two words. These are actually related to medical terminology, but commonly used word. Anyone can tell what is the meaning of these two words? Shuddham, antiseptic, and prophylactic. What is the meaning of antiseptic and what is the meaning of prophylactic? Yes, anyone can tell? Anyone who is having little bit idea or anything, so that we can discuss. So antiseptic and prophylactic, what is the meaning?
Septic means infection. Antiseptic means something which will remove the infection.
Okay, then prophylactic means?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prophylactic means preventive medicine.
Yes. So prophylactic is preventive and antiseptic means treatment, for the treatment.
Medicine,
Okay,
yes.
so if you see the medical terminology, two words are used. One is called treatment and second is called prophylaxis. Okay, so like vaccine we take. Okay, one is the vaccine, like the children's we give vaccine. Why we give vaccine? Children doesn't have the disease, children doesn't have the problem, but we give to protect them from the disease. Okay, so that is called prophylactic. And antiseptic means if anyone is having fever, we give medicine. Okay, so that is called antiseptic. Okay, so both things are there. Like we generally take, like many people, they take chawanprash they take. Okay, like a medicine. That is prophylactic. They will boost the immune system, and then you will have less diseases. Okay, so that is a prophylactic. Okay, and treatment means after you get some disease, you will take treatment for that, specific to that. Okay, so that two words are there, like shuddham and apapa viddham, antiseptic and prophylactic. Krishna is both. Okay, if a person is in disease condition, materially disease condition, then Krishna is, for him, is both, like shuddham and apapa viddham. So Krishna will cure the disease. Krishna will cure the the disease condition. Okay, everyone is in disease condition. This material contamination is there. That is the disease condition for us. And when we comes in contact with Krishna, the disease will get cured. Okay, so that is called the antiseptic property of Krishna, or shuddham. Okay, Krishna makes shuddham. And second is apapa viddham, means prophylactic. Okay, so a person who is in contact with Krishna won't come, and or he won't degrade. Prophylactic. Okay, so a person who is in contact with Krishna, the material desires won't touch him. Okay, that is the prophylactic nature of Krishna. Okay, so we should be always in contact with Krishna. Okay, anytime, or 24, Krishna says 24 hours, satatam kirtayanto mam. Always remember me, always think about Krishna, always be absorbed in Krishna. That is a prophylactic thing. When you are in contact with Krishna, the material desires, the material nature won't impact you. Okay, that is the antiseptic property of Krishna, prophylactic property of Krishna. So once we are in disease condition, we should be in contact with Krishna, because Krishna will treat us and Krishna will protect us from the future also. Okay, or from the future material contaminations also. So we are in the material contaminated condition, Krishna will treat that also, and Krishna will protect us from further material contamination. Okay, so what we should do is always we should be thinking about Krishna, always we should be discussing about Krishna, always we should be chanting Krishna's name, always we should be thinking about Krishna. Okay, so that is the that is the antiseptic property of Krishna as well as prophylactic property of Krishna. Okay, so apapa viddham. And few more words are there, like kavihi, omniscient. Okay, omniscient means he is present everywhere, and omnipotent means he can do, his potency doesn't have any limit. Okay, he can do anything from his any organs, or he can be present anywhere or everywhere. Okay, Manishi, he's the greatest of the philosophers. Okay, greatest of all, greatest philosopher. Self-sufficient. Self-sufficient means he doesn't need anything. Self-sufficient, like like he doesn't need, he's not dependent. Like we are dependent on Krishna's mercy for anything. Okay, but Krishna is not dependent on anyone. Self-sufficient. Okay. Then the word next is Yathatyato. Okay, this is also very important. Yathatyato means just in pursuance of. Means Krishna awards just in pursuance of desirable things. Arthan. It is written Arthan. Okay, awards Arthan since time immemorial. Okay, so Krishna is giving. Yathatyato. Yathatyato means what we desire, Krishna gives. Okay, so desirable word is used here. If you see, so Krishna, what we desire, Krishna gives. Krishna gives, but what Krishna gives is what we desire, that Krishna gives. Okay, so so like in this connection we have the sloka from the 4th chapter also, where Krishna says ye yathamam prapadyante, like I award the devotee accordingly. So what the devotee wants, Krishna desires, Krishna gives that, Krishna fulfills that. From when Krishna is fulfilling that? From time immemorial. Okay, so we are in this material condition of body, and everything is getting fulfilled for us. We are having everything which is so in this condition of life, we require something, and Krishna fulfills that. Okay, so many things are getting fulfilled. Krishna, we are desiring, and Krishna is fulfilling. From time immemorial, we are doing that. Okay, we are getting and forgetting. Okay, Krishna is giving, and forgiving. Okay, so we require and we ask from Krishna. Krishna gives that and forgives. Okay, Krishna gives and forgives. Okay, and we get and forget. Yes, so Krishna gives, we desire from Krishna, Krishna gives that. Okay, so that is called the getting and forgetting. Okay, we get from Krishna and we forget later, and Krishna gives and forgives. Okay, Krishna gives and forgives. Okay, so like that. So from time immemorial, Krishna is doing that. We are having so many lives, so many body we have got, so many life we have got. Okay, so many times we have got this material body. We wanted to come to this material world. Krishna has fulfilled all the desires. Krishna is giving, and then whatever we desire, we ask from Krishna is fulfilling that. But like we have got, if you remember, if you think about this, that whatever condition we are today, that is because of Krishna. Whatever we ask from Krishna, Krishna has fulfilled that. So whatever desires we have, according to that, we get next body. We have understood from the chapter number 8 in Bhagavad Gita. Whatever we require from Krishna, at the time of that, whatever desires we have, according to that, the best body which will fulfill that desires will get that body. Okay, so Krishna gives that. Okay, and according to our desires, we are getting different types of body. Okay, so that is the thing. So from time immemorial, Krishna is giving different types of things, and what we are doing, we are forgetting everything. Okay, so I hope you have understood something from this the sloka. So let's read the purport and try to understand more from Srila Prabhupada. Yes. So who will read, Mataji?
Lakshmi Mataji wants to read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Here is a description of the transcendental and eternal form of the absolute personality of Godhead. The Supreme Lord is not formless. He has his own transcendental form, which is not at all similar to the forms of the mundane world. The forms of the living entities in this world are embodied in material nature, and they work like any material machine. The anatomy of a material body must have a mechanical construction with veins and so forth, but the transcendental body of Supreme Lord has nothing like veins. It is clearly stated here that he is unembodied, which means that there is no difference between his body and his soul. Nor is he forced to accept a body according to the laws of nature as we are. In materially conditioned life, the soul is different from the gross embodiment and subtle mind. For the Supreme Lord, however, there is never any such difference between him and his body and mind. He is the complete whole, and his mind, body, and he himself are one and are all one and the same. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So which transcendental nature of Krishna is being described in this paragraph, first paragraph, anyone? Which we have seen now, or which word is being described here of the sloka which we have read?
Omnipotent, Prabhuji?
Not omnipotent.
Akayam.
Akayam. Yes, so Prabhupada starts from that. If you see that, the first word is Shukram, omnipotent. But Prabhupada first describing the word Akayam. Okay, because this is the word which is confusing, which will confuse everyone. So Akayam doesn't mean that Krishna doesn't have a body. Prabhupada describes Krishna as a body, but that body is transcendental. Why? Because again the words, the vain word without vain is used. Okay, and in the previous slokas also we have seen that Krishna has a transcendental form. Okay, so we have understood that Krishna has a transcendental form, but again if these types of words are coming, then we may confuse. Okay, so that is why there's a Isopanisad or any Upanishad. So words are like very cryptic. The meanings are very cryptic. Two different words will be used. Okay, both will have different meanings, and you won't be able to understand unless and until you know the transcendental nature of Krishna. Okay, so unless and until Bhagavad Gita is being read, you won't be able to understand what is written in Srimad Sri Isopanishad. Okay, and if you try to understand something different meaning, you will understand. Okay, because the direct meaning of Akayam will be without form. So the impersonalist will be very happy. Ahaha. Okay, every time everyone says that Krishna has a form, transcendental form, transcendental form. But see, Isopanishad, it is written that Krishna is Akayam. Krishna doesn't have a form. Okay, so for that, this word is very confusing. That's why Prabhupada starts from there, that Krishna has a form, but Krishna's form is not like our form. That's why he's Akayam. Okay, so if you see the words, he has his own transcendental form, which is not at all similar to the forms of material world. Okay, the form of the, so we have understood this. Okay, so unembodied. Prabhupada writes unembodied, not disembodied or without body. Okay. Yes, second one.
Mamta Mataji, please go ahead.
Yes, Hare Krishna. In Brahm Samhita 5.1, there is a similar description of the Supreme Lord. He is described here as Sachit Anand Vigraha, which means that he is the internal form fully representing transcendental existence, knowledge, and bliss. As such, he does not require a separate body or mind as we do in material existence. The Vedic literatures clearly state that the Lord's transcendental body is completely different from ours. Thus, he is sometimes described as formless. This means that he has no form like ours, and he is devoid of a form we can conceive of. In Brahm Samhita 532, it is further stated that with each and every part of his body, he can do the work of the other senses. This means that the Lord can walk with his hand accept things with his legs, sees with his hand and feet, eat with his eyes, etc. In Shruti Mantra, it is also said that although the Lord has no hand and legs like ours, he has a different type of hand and legs by which he can accept all that we offer him and run faster than anyone. These points are confirmed in the 8 mantras through the use of the word like Sukram, omnipotent. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so Prabhupada is only right which word he is describing. He is describing the omnipotent, his potency. Okay. He can do anything from any organ. Okay. Not like ours. Okay. We can do one work through our one body organ. But Krishna's body organ is transcendental. He can do anything from any organ. Okay. So like that. The same point it is being Prabhupada is writing with the reference of Brahma Samhita and Shruti mantras. Okay. So with his hand he can run, with his eyes he can run faster. He can, if we offer to him something, he can eat through his eyes only. Okay. So like that. So when we offer something to Krishna, Krishna happily accepts us through his eyes only. Krishna eats through his eyes only. Okay. We may be not able to see because Krishna is omnipotent. Okay. And Krishna, that is Krishna's inconceivable nature. He can do anything which is different from the material nature. Okay. Yes. Third paragraph. So second paragraph describes the word Shukram or the omnipotent.
May I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
The Lord's worshipable form, that is Archa Vigraha, which is installed in temples by authorized acharyas who have realized the Lord in terms of Mantra 7, is not different from the original form of the Lord. The Lord's original form is that of Sri Krishna, and Sri Krishna expands himself into an unlimited number of forms such as Baldeva, Rama, Nrsimha, and Varaha. All of these forms are one and the same personality of Godhead. Similarly, the Archa Vigraha worshipped in temples is also an expanded form of the Lord. By worshipping Archa Vigraha, one can at once approach the Lord, who accepts the service of a devotee by his omnipotent energy. The Archa Vigraha of the Lord descends at the request of the Acharyas, the holy teachers, and works exactly in the original way of the Lord by virtue of Lord's omnipotence. Foolish people who have no knowledge of Sri Isopanisad or any other Shruti mantras consider the Archa Vigraha, which is worshipped by pure devotees, to be made of material elements. This form may be seen as material by the imperfect eyes of foolish people or Kanishtadhikaris, but such people do not know that the Lord, being omnipotent and omniscient, can transform matter into spirit and spirit into matter as he desires. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Okay. So Prabhupada describes what the Arch Vigraha form. He says that Krishna can be present in the form of Arch Vigraha in our home, in the temple. Okay. So that he can accept services from us. Okay. So by worshipping the Arch Vigraha, one can at once approach to Lord. So Krishna is there in front of us in the form of Arch Vigraha. It is written at once. Okay. Immediately you can approach Lord in the form of Arch Vigraha. So there is no difference between the Arch Vigraha and Krishna. So when Krishna is there in front of us in the form of Arch Vigraha, that is Krishna himself. Okay. At once, if you want to approach Krishna, Krishna is there in front of us in the form of Arch Vigraha. Okay. So by worshipping the Arch Vigraha, one can at once approach the Lord who accepts the service of devotee by his omnipotent energy. Okay. Just like Krishna is present everywhere, Krishna is present in the form of deities also. Okay. The Arch Vigraha form. Satchidanand Vigraha. We use the word Vigraha. So Krishna has a form. And Arch Vigraha is the form which is very near to us. We can approach to him, okay, in the form of Arch Vigraha. Okay. So that also describes the omnipotent energy of Krishna. Yeah. Next one.
May I, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita 9.11 to 12, the Lord regrets the fallen condition of men with little knowledge who deride him because he descends like a man into this world. Such poorly informed persons do not know the omnipotence of the Lord. Thus, the Lord does not manifest himself in full to the mental speculators. He can be appreciated only in proportion to one's surrender to him. The fallen condition of the living entities is due entirely to forgetfulness of their relationship with a God. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so very important line is being here written. So the word which is being now being explained, or Prabhupada will be explaining more, that is the yathat yatha. Okay. So the fallen condition of living entity is due to entirely to the forgetfulness of their relationship with Krishna. Okay. Like if any person approached Krishna and he wanted to see Krishna in the form of like Brahman form, impersonal form. So Krishna will be revealed to in the form of Brahman only. Okay. If any person is approaching Krishna in the form of the Paramatma form, so Krishna will be revealed in the form of Paramatma. If you want to approach Krishna in the Bhagavan form, the Krishna will be revealed to you in the form of Bhagavan. I guess it depends on the person. Okay. So why we are suffering here? Because of our forgiveness, our forgetfulness of Krishna. Okay. The amount of surrender we do towards Krishna, Krishna is also approachable in that way. Okay. So it depends on us. Okay. How much, what do you think? How much Krishna will be interested in us? Okay. How much Krishna will be loving us? It depends on us only, actually. Okay. What we think, like sometimes we think that whether Krishna will love us or not, Krishna, how much Krishna is, how much Krishna will be loving us, like that. Okay. So the answer is with us only. Okay. The thing is, how much Krishna will be loving depends on us. Okay. How much we love Krishna, Krishna will be loving us back. How much we are interested in Krishna, Krishna will be interested in us. Krishna is though neutral. Okay. In Bhagavad Gita, we see Krishna says, I am neutral. Whatever you do, you will get the result. Okay. But Krishna is also interested. Next, after few slokas, Krishna says, but I am interested in devotee because he is very dear to me and I am very dear to him. Okay. And how much Krishna, how much we are dear to Krishna, the way or the amount we are dear to Krishna, or the Krishna is dear to us, we are dear to Krishna. Okay. So how much we love Krishna, Krishna will reciprocate in that way. Okay. So if Krishna, we are approaching Krishna as little amount of love, that little amount of love will come back to us. Okay, like that. So Krishna is interested in us. Okay, if we are interested in Krishna. So there is nothing like that. If we are going away from Krishna, Krishna will be approaching us. No, whatever way you are approaching Krishna, Krishna will be approaching you back. Okay, so how much you are interested in Krishna, that determines how much Krishna will be interested in us. Okay, sometimes we take all the material things very nicely, and sometimes the sadhana and all we try to neglect. Okay, so same amount of neglection will be there from Krishna also. Okay, how much we are neglecting, Krishna will also be neglecting. Okay, so that is the thing. So things depends on us. Okay, how much if you see the material things, if a person wants to become a thing, a thing, or a person wants to become to a certain position. Okay, so he will have the desire for that, and he will be doing that activity very nicely. Okay, and when Krishna sees that desire, Krishna fulfills that desire. Okay, so according to desires, Krishna is fulfilling the desire. Okay, so the enthusiasm is there, the person is working in that direction, then that desire is getting fulfilled. Okay, by Krishna. That is also mercy of Krishna. By Krishna only it is getting fulfilled. So the thing is, what desires will have, Krishna will fulfill that. Okay, so if we have full material desire, full from day to night, we are working materially, Krishna will fulfill that desire, no problem. Okay, you want these things, okay, you want bad things, you get the bad things. You want these material things only, you get the material things. Whatever desires you have, get it fulfilled. Okay, if we have desires of Krishna, okay, this person is interested in me. Okay, so Krishna will also get interested. Okay, so what desires we have? Think about what we are thinking from morning to evening or till now. Okay, how much time we have think about Krishna, how much time we have thought about Krishna, how much time we have dedicated to Krishna, how much time we have thought that we are part and parcel of Krishna. According to that, we'll get the answer. So whether we are perfect or imperfect, or how much perfection is there within us, we don't need to ask any person. Okay, we can think from the morning to evening and we can get the answer. Okay, so like that. So whatever we want from Krishna, whatever we want from, or whether we want Krishna only, okay, it depends on our desires, how much desires we have to attain Krishna, and how much in that way we are working. Okay, so like that. So the word here uses forgetfulness. So why we are suffering? Because of our forgetfulness. The fallen condition of living entity is due to entirely to forgetfulness of their relationship with Krishna. We have to establish that relationship. Okay, that relation, that is the main thing. Yes, next one.
May I, Prabhuji?
May I, Prabhuji? Kalpana Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. In this mantra, as well as in many other Vedic mantras, it is clearly stated that the Lord has been supplying goods to the living entities from time immemorial. A living being desires something, and the Lord supplies the object of that desire in proportion to one's qualification. If a man wants to be a high court judge, he must acquire not only the necessary qualifications, but also the consent of the authority who can award the title of high court judge. The qualifications in themselves are insufficient for one to occupy the post. It must be awarded by some superior authority. Similarly, the Lord awards enjoyment to living entities in proportion to their qualifications, but good qualifications in themselves are not sufficient to enable one to receive awards. The mercy of the Lord is also required. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So when many people talks about the karma siddhant, okay, the karma siddhant means you work hard for one thing and work hard for one thing, and you should be like very enthusiastic for getting that work done, and that finally that work will be done, like that. Karma siddhant, I hope you have something like the secret, one book is there that is called the secret. Okay, the whatever you want, you think about that thing, that what you want in exact quantity, and you work in that direction, or you think that that thing is achieved, you behave like that, and sometimes back that thing will be fulfilled, like that. Some theory is there, one book is there that is called the secret, the law of attraction, like that. Okay, so like that thing is there. But the thing is, whatever qualifications we have, that is insufficient. Okay, that is insufficient. We won't get that won't have any result with just with the qualification. No result will be there unless and until there is mercy of Krishna in that. Okay, so Krishna's mercy is there in every step which we are having today. What we are having today, what we have today, that is due to Krishna's mercy. Think about that, what you have achieved till now, what you have till now, and whatever things you have today, that is due to Krishna's mercy. Okay, qualification doesn't have any meaning unless and until there is mercy of Krishna. Okay, you have read many things, but you didn't have the degree which is awarded from a certificate authority, like that, which is here it is said that if a man wants to be a high court judge, he must acquire not only the necessary qualification but also the consent of authority who can award the title of the high court judge. Okay, so just the qualification means nothing. Okay, so whatever achievements you have today, okay, that is due to Krishna's mercy. Okay, we may have qualification, we may have something, or we may have some talent, okay, but without Krishna's mercy we won't get the result. Okay, so Krishna's mercy is important. Krishna's mercy is required in anything which we are getting in this material world. So just the desire, just the activity doesn't mean anything. Krishna's mercy is must. Okay, so Krishna fulfills. Okay, so initiators are we initiate the thing, And depending on our intention, depending on our desire, Krishna fulfills the desires. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so we are initiated, Krishna fulfills the desire. Okay, so mercy of Krishna is required. So qualification in themselves are insufficient. Whatever qualifications we have, that is insufficient for one to occupy his post. It must be awarded by some superior authority. Krishna's mercy is also required. Mercy of the Lord is also required. Okay, so we get and forget. Okay, we forget the Krishna's mercy. We think that everything is being done by ourselves, our talent. Okay, next paragraph. So
May I,
that
Prabhuji?
paragraph also describes yathat yatha. Okay.
May I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Ordinarily, living being doesn't know what to ask him from the Lord, nor which post to seek. When the living being comes to know his constitutional position, however, he asks to be accepted into the transcendental association of the Lord in order to render transcendental loving service unto him. Unfortunately, living being under the influence of material nature ask for many other things, and they are described in the Bhagavad Gita 2.41 is having divided or split intelligence. Spiritual intelligence is one, but mundane intelligence is diverse. In Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.30 to 31, it is stated that those who are captivated by the temporary beauties of the external energy, forget the real aim of life, which is to go back to Godhead. Forgetting this, one tries to adjust things by various plans and programs, but this is like chewing what has already been chewed. Nonetheless, the Lord is so kind that He allows the forgetful living entity to continue in this way without interference. Thus, this mantra of Sri Isopanisad uses the very appropriate word yatha tathayat, indicating that the Lord rewards the living entity just in pursuance of their desires. If a living being wants to go to hell, the Lord allow him to go to do so without interference. And if he wants to go back home, back to Godhead, the Lord helps him. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So yathat yatha again being described by Srila Prabhupada. He says, whatever we desire, Krishna fulfills. Okay. So we are in this material body. We are so much captivated by material things. Okay. If we start the life of bhakti, okay, we'll see that many people, are you are not doing these things. Go to party. Go do some party. Go do something like this, that. Why you are okay like that? So captivation from the material energy, okay, or the captivation from the temporary beauties, okay. So when we are captivated by these things, we forget our real aim. Human form of life is for something different, something higher, something spiritual, something transcendental. But we forget when we try to enjoy this body. Okay, let's enjoy. Okay, let's enjoy. Let's go to party. Let's do something. Let's materially enjoy this body. Okay, and when the life is coming to the end, when we are 60, 70, we'll try to do some bhakti like that. Okay, but thing is, when we are captivated by the material energy or captivated by the external energy or this Maya, we forget our real aim of life. So our desire change. That is the change of desire. Once our desire change, very difficult. Okay, so whatever desires we have, when we are desiring, then only Krishna will fulfill. If we don't have the desire, how Krishna is going to fulfill? Okay, so you see, it is stated that it is stated that those who are captivated by temporary beauties of the external energy forget the real aim of life, which is to go back to God, go back to Godhead. Forgetting this, one try to adjust things by various plans and programs. Okay, various plans and programs, but this is just like chewing, which is already chewed. Okay. We already know that there is no happiness in this life. We already know. We have experienced that. Okay. Sometimes we think that, okay, we'll have this new mobile phone is coming. Okay. With this, which have very new features. Many new features are there. Okay. So we get that, we'll become happy. Okay. So we try to do so much work. Okay. We try to earn money because that mobile phone is very, very costly. So we'll get that, we'll become happy like that. So many new features are there. So we get that and we'll be happy. So we had, after some days we had the phone. Okay. So what will happen? After some days, after 4 or 5 days, it will be like same. Chewing the chew. We already know that there is no happiness in this. Okay. We already know that we have chewed this and this there is no rasa in this in this food. Okay. And we are again chewing like that. Chewing which is already chewed. Okay. So we know that there is no happiness in any material things. Any material things you take, there is no happiness in that. But what we are doing day and night, what we are doing from morning to evening, what we are doing from our birth till now is getting those things only. Okay. We already know that there is no happiness in that. What we are doing, there is no happiness. But still we are doing. That is just like chewing the chew. Okay. We know that there is no rasa, but still we are chewing. Okay. So Prabhupada writes the word chewing, which is already chewed. Okay. Yathat yatha. Again, Lord rewards the living entity just in pursuance of their desire. So it is very important to purify the desires. Okay. Purification of desire is must. Unless and until that happens, there is nothing. Okay. So our desire should be of Krishna. Krishna is prophylactic and antiseptic. Okay. Once we forget Krishna, again we'll become contaminated. So we have to remember Krishna always. Once we forget Krishna, we forget or we become contaminated. Okay. So like that. So Lords reward the living entity just in pursuance of their desire. Yeah, next one.
May I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
God is described here as Parivuhu, the greatest of all. No one is greater than or equal to him. Other living beings are described here as beggars who ask goods from the Lord. The Lord supplies the things the living entities desire. If the entities were equal to the Lord in potency, if they were omnipotent and omniscient, there would be no question of their begging from the Lord, even for so-called liberation. Real liberation means going back to Godhead. Liberation as conceived of by an impersonalist is a myth, and begging for sense gratification has to continue eternally unless the beggar comes to his spiritual senses and realizes his constitutional position. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Begging for self gratification has to continue eternally. Okay. So one person who is asking for the sense gratification, begging for sense gratification, or desire of sense gratification, who have desires from of sense gratification, and who is asking for sense gratification for Krishna, he should remember that this is eternal. This will continue eternally. Okay. So whatever we are asking for Krishna, that will continue eternally. So begging for sense gratification has to continue eternally unless the beggar comes to his spiritual sense and realizes his constitutional position. Okay. So like that. Again, so this was one important point here. Second important point is here. Okay. There is a real liberation means going back to Godhead. Some days back, one Mataji has asked, the liberation we are asking, that is also like something we are asking material from God. Okay. So the liberation, that term is being clarified here by Srila Prabhupada. He says real liberation means going back to Godhead. Liberation doesn't mean that don't come to this material world and don't take material body again. Liberation, real liberation means devotion. Okay, real liberation means going back to Godhead and achieve the devotion of Krishna. Okay, that is also devotion of Krishna. Real liberation is devotion of Krishna. Okay, yes, the last paragraph. I think this one is last. Yes, this one is last.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
I think it's gone. Yeah. Only the Supreme Lord is self sufficient. When Lord Krishna appeared on earth 5,000 years ago, he displayed his full manifestation as through his various activities. In his childhood, he killed many powerful demons such as Aghasura, Bakasura, and Shakatasura, and there was no question of power through any extraneous endeavor. He lifted Govardhana hill without ever practicing weightlifting. He danced with the gopis without social. Although the gopis approached him with the paramour's feelings of relationship between the gopis and Lord Krishna was worshipped even by Lord Chaitanya, who was a strict sannyasi and rigid follower of disciplinary regulations. To confirm that the Lord is always pure and uncontaminated, Sri Ishopanishad describes him as Shuddham, antiseptic, and Apapavid in the sense that even an impure thing can become purified just by touching him. The word prophylactic refers to the power of his association. As mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita 9.30 and 31, a devotee may appear to be sudurachara, not well behaved in the beginning, but he should be accepted as pure because he is on the right path. This is due to the prophylactic nature of the Lord's association. The Lord is also apapaviddham because sin cannot touch him. Even if he acts in a way that appears to be sinful, such actions are all good, for there is no question of his sin, because in all circumstances he is Shuddham, most purified. He is often compared to the sun. The sun extracts moisture from many untouchable places on the earth, yet it remains pure. In fact, it purifies obnoxious things by virtue of its sterilizing powers. If the sun, which is a material powerful, then we can hardly begin to imagine the purifying strength of the all powerful Lord. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So the word self-sufficient was used. Okay, so that is being described by Prabhupada there, that Krishna doesn't like he's self-sufficient. Okay, like example Prabhupada is giving, in his childhood he killed many powerful demons like Aghasura, Bakasura. There was no question from him. He's having acquired such power through any extraneous endeavor. He lifted Govardhan hill without even practicing weightlifting. Okay, so Krishna self-sufficient. Okay, just by thinking, imagine, just by thinking everything is happening, just by thinking the material nature is working. Okay, how much self-sufficient he is. So Supreme Lord is self-sufficient. Okay, and that is being confirmed by Sri Ishopanishad also. Okay. Then the next thing is described as Shuddham and Apapaviddham. Okay, like antiseptic and prophylactic. Okay. Krishna's association is antiseptic, Krishna's association prophylactic. Okay, just by his association, a disease is getting treated, and just by his association, a disease, not this material disease, is it is like Krishna is like antiseptic to these material things and prophylactic also. Okay, once you have, even if you don't have the disease, you need association. Even if you have disease, you need association. Okay, so like that. So Shuddham Apavavidam. So Prabhupada writes the word sun. Okay, example of sun. Sun extracts the moisture from most or many untouchable places on earth, yet it remains pure. Okay, so that is the nature of sun being described. So this is Ishopanishad sloka number 8, where Krishna's transcendental nature, Krishna's transcendental property, Krishna's eternal form is being described, that he is form, he is having a form which is transcendental. So transcendental eternal form, transcendental form, eternal form, transcendental nature is being described through this sloka. Okay, so we finished today's sloka. So we'll take now question answers. So if you have any question answer or question, we can take that. Yeah, we have Nandita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
When you describe the term kaya, and we also know about it, how it describe about the Supreme Lord, does this akaya term also, I mean, refer to the all the demigods also? Are they also can be called akaya because they are also exalted devotees, exalted souls? So is that also applied to them also, or it is only to Supreme Personality?
So what do you think, that demigods have body or not? Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, they also, I think, have a body, certain
And this body is material or spiritual?
spiritual.
Spiritual. Okay. No. The thing is, demigods have the body which is material. Okay. So
Okay, Prabhu.
so this material world is of 14 planetary systems, out of which there is it starts from the Brahmaloka. So even Brahmaloka is under material nature only. Okay. So Brahmaji is the post. Okay. So you can also become Brahma if you have that qualification and Lord's mercy, of course. Okay. So you can also become Lord Brahma, and his position will be changing. Yeah, after some time it will change, after some time it will change. Because the sun god, like if you read the Bhagavad Gita, sun god Vivashwan, it is written. So current position of sun god is given to Vivashwan, okay, which is a demigod. Okay, after some days it will change. So that thing is being changed based on the qualification of a person. Okay, so you can also become have a body of demigods if you have that qualification. So demigods body and everything is like the 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 the, the the demigod's body is also material. Okay, so that is the thing. That is a post which is being, Indra is a post who is like the king of all the demigods. Okay, so like that. So that is a post, okay, which will change after some time. Okay, Prabhu. So Isopanisad describes about the nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, the nature of Supreme Personality of Godhead, the transcendental body and transcendental nature of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu, for clearing that out. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I had a clarification.
Yes, who is
This is
Purna Mataji?
yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Your voice is very low, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhuji, am I audible now?
A little bit. Yeah, Mataji, please tell.
So if somebody gets a Sarupya liberation, Sarupya moksha, then would they also have the Akayam body?
So when we get Sarupya moksha, that means we are that moksha means we want a body like Lord. Okay. So what kind of body is that? Okay, that is the transcendental body. So when we go to the spiritual loka, we have a different type of body which is spiritual. Okay.
Okay.
You're getting. So material world will have material body, spiritual world will have spiritual body. Okay, so spiritual body is something different than material body. Okay, so that body is something different, not material. That is spiritual. Okay, so when we are in Goloka Dham, we'll have the body, but that body is something different than this material body. Okay. Okay, Mataji. If you see
thank you,
the
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
if you see the Vaikuntha Loka, okay, Vaikuntha Loka, Krishna is there in the 400 form, and whoever is there in the even Lakshmi ji is who is there in the Vaikuntha Loka, Lakshmi ji is also having 4 hand. Okay, same forms are there, so similar forms. Okay, so that is the thing. Same
Thank
form
you,
like
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Lord. Yeah, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. May
Yeah,
I ask
Mataji.
you a question, please?
Yes, Mataji.
I may not be framing it correctly in correct steps, Prabhu, but in this mantra 8, it said that we are in the fallen condition due to entirely because of the forgetfulness of our relationship with God. In the next paragraph, it said the mercy of the Lord is required if we are to elevate ourselves even a little bit. Then it said that we have to realize our constitutional position. If we have to, otherwise, we are only indulging in sense gratification. Now, through all this, what I understand is that the Lord is supreme. That there is no doubt about that, or I don't have any doubt about that. But my question is that we are fallen, yes. We have minute independence, which we have misused. We also have a load of past karma that is uh, kind of weighing us down. I mean, we don't know what it is, but it is weighing us down in this lifetime. I can never be an Uttama Adhikari or any kind of Adhikari. But I realize my constitutional position that I am a very lowly servitor of the Lord. So, can anything change for me, or at least in my next birth, will I get a good birth, or like the Gita says that you'll be born in an aristocratic family or a devotee family or things like that. So, I am like the last time, I'm still confused about where I am or who I am or what am I up to.
Okay. So whatever you have asked, Mataji, is being explained in this sloka only. So first thing is Prabhupada describes that this material condition is due to our forgetfulness of Krishna. Forgetfulness is our natural condition is that we are servant of Krishna and we have forgotten that condition. Okay, or we have forgotten that we don't have that realization. Okay, so from where we are going to get that realization? So that is a disease condition. Okay, so this is a disease condition that we are in forgotten state. We forget about Krishna. We have forgotten about Krishna. That is a disease condition. Okay, and Krishna is Shuddham. Okay, and Apapa Viddham. Krishna is also like um, the treatment for the disease, and Krishna is also the prophylaxis for the disease. So it depends on like we need Krishna only. The treatment is Krishna, so we need that. Okay, so that is there. Okay, and from where that will come? From that will come from the association of Krishna, and from where we get that association? Through the devotees. Okay, through the devotee, through the mercy of Krishna, through the devotee. So when Krishna is merciful, from where that mercy will come? The mercy will come from the Guru. Okay, so when there is Guru, a perfect bona fide spiritual master, he will guide like Krishna. Okay, so there is no difference between the Guru or a spiritual master and Krishna. So whatever Krishna wants to give us, or whatever Krishna wants to give us the information or any instruction, Krishna will give us through the Guru. Okay, so in the form of Chaitya Guru, he is there inside us, in our heart, in the form of Chaitya Guru, in the form of Paramatma. He is there in us. Okay, but we cannot reciprocate with him. Okay, and Krishna is outside us also in the form of our Guru. Okay, so Krishna gives instruction through our gurus. Okay, so that is the thing. So Krishna is a Papa Viddham, Krishna is like Shuddham, but we need association of him through Guru. So the answer is Guru. Answer is the spiritual master. Answer is our the sadhana. Our answer is our interest in Krishna. Answer is our devotion to Krishna. Okay, that will give us the answer. How much Krishna is interested in us, how much we are devoted to Krishna. Krishna will be interested to us. Okay, and that devotion will come when we associate with the Guru and we follow the instruction. Okay, so that is the thing. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Okay, so we don't have any question now. Shall we end the session, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay.